Welcome to our video on the Victorian Curriculum Mathematics Numeracy Unit 2 Tree Planting Project. In this video, we'll explore how tree planting connects mathematics with real-world environmental action and how it incorporates directions, dimensions, and map reading skills. The tree planting project is designed for secondary school students to apply their numeracy skills in a meaningful context while addressing environmental challenges. Students will plan and execute a tree planting initiative within their school grounds, requiring them to use mathematical knowledge for real-world problem solving. Let's start by exploring how directions and map reading are essential for this project. Students need to understand cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, as well as ordinal directions like northeast and southwest. When planning a tree planting project, students need to use and interpret maps of their school grounds. They'll identify suitable areas for planting, mark existing features, and plan the layout of new trees. Now, let's look at how dimensions and measurements come into play with tree planting. When planting trees, students need to consider several key measurements: the spacing between trees, the distance from buildings and other structures, and the overall area available for planting. Using these measurements, students can calculate how many trees they need for their project. For example, if each tree requires 2 meters of spacing in all directions and the available area is 12 square meters, they can fit approximately 8 trees, as shown in our diagram. An important part of this project is understanding different environmental perspectives, especially those of First Nations peoples. For thousands of years, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have practiced sophisticated land management techniques across Australia. These practices include cultural burning to promote healthy ecosystems, planting native species that support local wildlife, and understanding the seasonal changes that affect plant growth. By incorporating these perspectives, students can select appropriate native trees that will benefit the local ecosystem. The tree planting project also addresses broader environmental issues. Trees play a vital role in mitigating climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide. They also help prevent land degradation by stabilizing soil and reducing erosion. Let's now integrate everything we've learned to plan our tree planting project. Students will first create a map of the planting area, marking key features and planning where each tree will be placed. They'll calculate the number of trees needed based on the available area and spacing requirements. They'll then select appropriate native species with guidance from First Nations perspectives, considering factors like local climate, soil conditions, and wildlife habitat. Finally, they'll plant the trees according to their plan and monitor their growth over time. To summarize, the VM Numeracy Unit 2 Tree Planting Project integrates mathematical skills with environmental action. Students apply directions and map reading to plan their planting area, use dimensions and calculations to determine the number of trees needed, and incorporate diverse perspectives, particularly those of First Nations peoples, to select appropriate native species. This project demonstrates how numeracy skills can be applied to real-world environmental challenges. Thank you for watching this video on the VM Numeracy Unit 2 Tree Planting Project. We hope you now understand how this practical activity combines mathematical concepts with environmental awareness and cultural perspectives.